listening to Community Forum on KCCC 930 AM, sponsored by Eddy County, honoring God, country, and family, thriving with industry since 1889.
Hi, I'm Hattie, and I'm the host of Community Forum this week, and I'm in the Mountain Lion studio with Deena Annaporta from Inspired by Science. What are we here to talk about today?
Well, hello. We're here to talk about our summer camp coming up in June. We're so excited. This is our big event for the year. We get to spend a lot of time with the kids, and we're just excited to get some kids registered and get going.
Excellent. And registration opens on May 1st.
Yes.
And as a participating parent last year, I want to tell everybody to register quickly because it's really popular.
Yes, it fills up pretty quick generally.
And then that'll be held when?
June 1st through the 4th. It'll be 9 to 12 in the mornings each day.
Excellent. And that's at SENMC?
Yes.
In the community education area?
Yes. Yeah. We'll be in 3 or 4 rooms. Yeah.
That's excellent. But easiest to find you at that end of the main building.
Yes,
Excellent.
definitely.
That's on the left when you're looking at the main building from the parking lot. Isn't there also a nighttime event?
Yes, we actually have 2 different evening events for the families to attend. The first one will be June 2nd. It'll be at the National Cave and Karst Research Institute. They'll have some hands-on activities for the families, the kids to come to. And then we'll have our family STEM night, which we invite all the families and the kids back, and we'll have prize drawings, and we have giveaways, and we'll have all kinds of educational booths set up from different companies and organizations around town, just so kids can get another taste of STEM and bring their families along to enjoy the ride with them.
And that's really fun because most of your activities through the year involve the parents as well as the children.
Yes, we have workshops, we call them Family Lab Partner Workshops. And we're a parent, or it doesn't have to be a parent, it can be a grandparent or aunt, uncle, register with a child to come and do the projects.
Yeah, that's how I met you.
Yes.
Not shortly because I hurt myself, but after I moved to town, my husband and I took Ben to your race car event at the Cave and Karst Institute.
Yes, that was a lot of fun. We want to do that one again.
That was really amazing to me. What I loved about it was it's kind of like the Pinewood Derby that we did with the Boy Scouts, except it didn't take like weeks to get ready for it. You had everything honed, being done quickly. It was amazing to me. So you had the paint markers instead of paint. You have to wait for it to dry.
Right.
And then you had was it glue dots that you used to put the axle,
stickers and the
wheels?
Yes.
Yeah, and you had the stickers to label it instead of having to try to draw a marker on that. And it was like to be able to build the car and race it the same day was amazing.
Well, that's important to us because we know that parents and families in general they have so much to do. But we want them to know that they can take the time to stop and do a little fun stuff with their kids that has to do with education. You can make education a lot of fun when you do these hands-on activities that we come up with and offer to the parents. We do them all through the year.
And what kind of activities will we be doing at camp this year?
Well, I don't like to spill the beans too soon, but I will say we're going to create roller coasters with the foam insulation tubes. The kids love doing that kind of thing. They can be so creative. They work in groups and they come up with some fun stuff. We send marbles down the track then. And we will be doing some STEM challenges, probably a little bit of trivia in our off times, in between projects. But each day we'll have, generally speaking, we'll have 2 projects. And to keep them busy, we'll have snack time in the middle, so they have a little break. But we'll have some chemistry, some physics, some electricity, and that's about all I'm going to tell you right now. I'm going to keep it a little secret.
Can I talk a little bit about last year?
Sure.
All right. So what I remember from last year, because my son did attend, was that you did you baked some sort of dessert in a box.
Yes.
Which is classic, because you do that in the sun, right? Mm-hmm. Which I think is just super fun to do with the kids. And then he had some sort of race car, maybe? It's some sort of vehicle. It's hard to remember what it was. And I feel like it almost, it wasn't, but it almost looked like a little chipboard. Like a little tiny computer board. It was like a flat square thing. And maybe it was the way he built it. He calls it his Steve Mobile.
I'm going
is
completely blank.
Steve from Minecraft
Oh.
is part of part of his design.
Yes.
But so I don't know what it was or what its intention was, but it was a Minecraft vehicle at that point.
Ah, well, that's awesome.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
So he got to do that, and he made a good friend, which
That's
was really
good.
great.
That's awesome. That's what we hope for our kids to come and have fun learning and make friends. And that's why we like the group work, because it gets them to work with each other, talk to each other. And
It's
Yeah.
really important. He
It
got his
is.
first nickname and made a little pod of friends, and we were able to retain at least one of them. One of them we were already friends with, I think, from the homeschool hub, but the other one goes to public school, and so
yes.
it was great to be able to connect with her.
Uh-huh.
Though she's also in the Boys and Girls Club, so they might have met that way on a holiday.
Ah, yes.
He wasn't yet in Boys Club at that point, so it was like, oh, that's so cool.
That is
so
cool.
he's got to hang out with her kind of in that environment too, as well as like birthday parties.
Yes. That's fun. That's
Yeah.
fun.
And it's just like, you never know kind of what their experience is going to be like.
Right.
There's exciting science. There's the opportunity to make friends. It's each morning for 4 days, so you can get a little break for the parents. But they can go to the evening activities, and that's Tuesday and
Yes.
Thursday, right?
Yes.
Second and fourth.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, excellent. And then, do I recall correctly that it's again $65?
$65. Yes.
And you've held it that for a few years now.
We have managed to hold that for a number of years. Yes, because it's because of the wonderful sponsorships that we receive. They allow us to keep our costs low so that, as many children as possible can attend.
I love that. Are there any that we should specifically shout out to?
We should. We have some. We have some what we call our platinum sponsors and supporters, and those are the ones that support all of our activities for the entire year. And that would be Simcoe, Devon Energy, ExxonMobil, and Xcel Energy Foundation. And they help us keep our fees low, and it means the world to us that they have sponsored us again and again. We do have a number of of other sponsors that sponsor camp and maybe a couple other events through the year, and there's too many to mention, so they're on our website, but we are so grateful to them also.
And that's inspiredbyscience.org.
Yes.
Yeah. So we want everybody to go see all the great people in our community that are sponsoring this STEM event for our children.
Yes.
It's so important to keep it accessible as the sciences can often be cost prohibitive for parents to pull off themselves at home.
Mm-hmm.
So it's really great that you have the partner lab events throughout the year.
Yes.
Are there any exciting plans for the next year for potential events?
We're just stuck on camp right now.
Yeah,
we
that's
haven't
fair.
really. I would certainly tell you if there was something out there. We're so focused on camp at this point, but we're always trying to think of something new, something different, some way to pull the families together, because we love to see them come and work on projects together and support their children. And I know that there are some parents out there that maybe STEM scares them. They're not quite sure how to approach a science experiment. That was me years ago, way back years ago.
It's so funny to think of it.
Yeah, it's true. It was my son who pulled me out of it and just really wanted to do stuff. So we sat down and figured out some stuff to do. And I thought, this is the greatest. This is so much fun. I want to do this some more. And I want other parents to get excited too, because it is important to the kids. It's important to show them that we can support them and that we want to support them. There may be some kids out there who really might love something like this, but haven't really been exposed to it. And so that's why we try to offer as many workshops through the year as we can to keep it affordable. I know there may be some parents who might be hesitant to sign up for some of our Family Lab partner workshops because they are timid about it. They're worried, well, I don't know if I can do this. I don't know if I've never done this before. But we're there. We're there to help them. I have staff there. I say staff, it's my volunteer team. I have wonderful, wonderful people who come in and help at these workshops and camp. I have, including some community help, I have 33 people who have signed up to help for camp.
That's amazing.
It is amazing. These are people who give of their time. These are volunteers. They're not getting anything. They are volunteers. They come in and they spend hours.
Yeah.
They train. I train them first on the activities, and then they come in for all the days of camp. They come in for the night activities, and it means that much to them to support our youth. So it truly is an amazing group effort.
We have a really great community.
Yeah, absolutely. The sponsors, the team, everything. It's just for our organization alone, and it goes above and beyond even that.
And I remember last year, you had people coming from kind of far and wide for camp. It wasn't just locals to Carlsbad, but people from the region who were bringing their kids in for camp. I have to be able to get to it in a day, obviously, like in the morning, because it's 9 to 12. And I remember there was somebody who was coming in from Texas, and they were going to be staying for a few days.
Yes, we've had, from Texas. We've had a couple come from Texas, actually. Yeah. Somewhere in Texas, yeah.
Because that's how good the camp is.
Yeah, well, thank you. Appreciate that.
Well, I mean, I worked on the main campus last year, so I saw a lot of the kids.
Yeah.
And they were like, just like, rah, and like super loud and like in a fun, like joyful way. And
we kind of take over campus.
Showed me their things that they made. Total strangers to me.
Oh, wow.
Like came and showed me what they had worked on. It was because I was in the office right next to it, which we don't have anymore. Somebody else has now. But it was really cool.
Well, that's why you thought it was loud, because we were on either side of you.
Yeah, exactly. But it was a good loud. A positive, life-affirming loud.
Oh, yeah.
Joyful, and just like having a great time.
And that's what I want. I don't want it to be excessively loud and obnoxious, but the loud that it is, I know what you mean. There's a different kind of loud, right?
Yeah.
It's the joy that you hear. They're excited. They're discovering things, and they're working together, and they're making friends, and just they're out of school and they're having fun and they're learning. And that's what is so important.
Learning through play is their favorite way.
Exactly. I like that. Yes. And we're trying to also increase their confidence in their own skills, in their STEM knowledge, by giving them these projects that, if they're having a little trouble, we help them out. But then once they see the finished thing and they see, wow, I did that. And look what it can do. It can move, or the sun moves it, or this, and I know why the sun is moving it. Like a solar car, for example.
Right.
Why is it moving in the sun, but then it gets to the shade and it stops? Oh, I know why. The sun is what's powering it. Then these kind of things they may seem kind of small to some people, but they could be this huge light bulb that goes off in some child's mind that just like, wow, or turns on, I guess. This light bulb that turns on is like, okay, I finally get it.
Yeah.
That's what we're trying to do.
And it may kick off a passion for something.
Exactly.
That becomes their thing.
Exactly.
And you don't know what that's going to be. That's why it's so important for us to keep just exposing the children to all sorts of different activities that can provoke learning.
Yes.
Are we still STEM? Not, because there's also STEAM.
There's also
right?
STEAM.
Which includes art.
See, I think sometimes, we just fall into the habit of calling it STEM.
Right.
But I think some of our activities, like I think it was last year, maybe the year before, we did something with glue and food coloring, and we made something that kind of resembled an art project. And I think there's actually a number of things that we have done that could be considered art, but we just kind of call it STEM. And
it's pretty common. I think it's still sort of new to roll art into the acronym. But and I think that science can be an art as well.
Yeah, I think so.
I don't know. And those who have really become passionate about it would I'm sure agree.
Mm-hmm.
So what else do we need to know about the weekend? So the tickets will be available through the website. Not the weekend, the camp. Sorry.
The registration, yes, through the website. Yes.
Okay. That's inspiredbyscience.org. You can register there beginning May 1st, and you can also see who the sponsors are if you want to spread your appreciation around. And then it'll begin on June 1st, and it runs to the 4th, 9 to noon. It's at SCNMC. The first, I'm trying to recap everything. The first science night with the parents will be at Cave and Karst.
Yes, at the Cascades.
At the Cascades, that's what I was going to ask. Excellent.
Yes.
And then the Thursday night we'll be back at SCNMC?
Yes.
Okay. I was wondering if it was going to be there, if it was going to be at the library. I know you do things at the library as well.
Yes, we actually do. We have some workshops at the library from time to time.
Yeah. And what am I forgetting?
It's for ages 7 to 12.
Excellent. That's what I was forgetting.
I knew there was something. I was like, huh.
Excellent. So 7 to 12, and you go by ages, not necessarily grades.
We go by ages.
I like that.
Yes.
And then you do keep it very accessible by keeping it as low, like a 4-day, all morning camp for $65 is pretty amazing in its own right.
Yeah, we work really hard, and our sponsors are just amazing.
Yeah, and not having to pay all the volunteers makes it easier.
Yes.
And it helps pay for all the supplies. And there are a lot of supplies, people.
Oh, my gosh. You should see my house. No, you shouldn't see my house. I got a stack of, I don't know how many boxes, maybe 20 boxes yesterday.
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah, and that was after I had already gotten another stack of I don't know how many before that. So it's all coming in like really fast right now.
That's great to be well prepared, and you can train all the volunteers on the stuff that you're doing.
Yes.
And be ready to go for June 1st.
That's right.
All right. Any last words?
Just sign up. Come to our camp. Get your kids signed up. We're going to have a blast. We're going to have so much fun. We can't wait. We love this week. It's probably the best week out of the whole entire year.
Excellent. Thank you so much, Deena.
Thank you.
You're listening to Community Forum on KCCC 930 AM, sponsored by Eddy County, honoring God, country, and family, thriving with industry since 1889.